Boy, oh boy. So there was an incident on my van today, and it's involved a Jehovah's Witness. So let me tell you the story. So I picked up a passenger. I'm not going to disclose where I picked her up at, but later on that run, I had my lunch break. And of course, I made my announcement, told them we have about a half-hour break. I told them there's food in there, hot food, bathroom, whatever you need to do. So her and everyone else just went outside and did their thing. Finally, the lady came back. She was drinking something, I don't know what it was. And then finally, the lady sat down. She was right behind me. And she asked me a question. And she looked really happy and really sweet. She's like, "Sir, can I ask you something?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, what's going on?" "Have you ever wondered, would Jehovah ever get rid of war?" Then she started going on this pestilence and hunger and starvation. And of course, I'm like, oh Lord. So I smiled, I played along, and I'm like, yeah, I hope so. And she's like, you know what, you don't mind, I know you're driving, but maybe later today when you have a break, if I can give you this. There it is. It says, an end to war. How? But that wasn't it either. She also gave me this, another watchtower. I'm like, I wanted to say, aren't you supposed to give Awake and a watchtower? But she gave me 2 Awake magazines. And so, of course, I said, yeah, sure. I'm not going to read it right now. Again, you know I'm driving. She's like, oh, no problem. Here, it's just for you. When you got time later today, you could look it over. So she's like, okay. So then, of course, before I left, I'm like, can I ask you a question? She kind of looked like, what? You want to ask me a question? And she smiled. I'm like, yeah, I do. She's like, oh, okay. She's acting real sweet. I go, so, I'm sure you know that very recently your religion, your Jehovah's organization, gave a change on your blood doctrines. She smiled. She had a little cheesy smile, and she goes, yes. Oh, so you must have went to our website before. I smiled and I said, yes. I have some relatives who are Jehovah's Witnesses. Then, of course, she's like, oh, from here? I'm like, no. So I have some people in Arizona. And, of course, I have some people in Georgia. And she's like, oh, okay. So, yes. She's getting real cheesy. Yes, there was, she didn't say governing body update, because of course she doesn't know that I was ever a Jehovah's Witness. And if she said that, I'd be looking at her like, what? She goes, there's been a change, a better understanding. And she didn't say new light. She said better understanding. And I looked at her and I go, a better understanding? She goes, yes. This is how she acted too. She's like, yes. So, now she's looking confused. So, there's a scripture in the Bible. Give me a second. I'm sure I could find it. And I'm looking at her like, I did say it too, and I go, a scripture about what? Yeah, it talks about that light keeps getting brighter by the day of dawn. Of course, I already know what she's gonna see. She's gonna try to use. So, of course, I just kind of looking interested, looking confused. So she's like, I'm looking at her like, okay, I'll wait. We got some time still before we leave. So now, of course, she's getting her phone. Of course, she doesn't have an actual Bible. And she kind of tells me, he goes, yeah, I have my Bible on my phone. Boop, boop, doo-doo. I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, whatever. So finally, she's looking on her phone. I'm sure she's scrolling, trying to figure out what scripture it is. And then finally she's like, oh, I think this is it. I think it's in Proverbs 4:18. So, of course, I smiled and I said, okay, can you read it to me? Oh, yeah, just give me a second. I'm looking it up right now. Boop, boop, doo-doo. And so, of course, she finally finds it on her phone. And, of course, she reads it. So then, of course, I kind of smiled and I say, oh, okay. And then she's like, so see right there, it clearly teaches that Jehovah gives a better understanding. I then, of course, looked to her and I said, well, do you mind if you could also read verse 19 on Proverbs? She's like, oh, okay. She's looking like, oh, okay. So she reads it. And of course, right after she reads it, I then looked at her. I go, so, I just want to ask you about those two verses. So, in verse 19, it's talking about living a wicked life. She smiled. She goes, yes, that's correct. And I said, and so in verse 18, it's the opposite, living a righteous life. Well, yes. That's how she did it. Well, yes, that's correct. I go, so I just want to ask you, would you like to live a wicked life or a righteous life? She smiled at me and she goes, oh, well, of course, I'm sure most of you know, I definitely would like to live a righteous life. I go, exactly. I agree. I would do the same thing. I don't want to live a wicked life. Yes. Boop, boop, doo-doo. So then I looked at her and I go, so that those scriptures that you're the one who looked up on me in Proverbs 4:18, you're trying to justify about Jehovah giving a new light, a better understanding. But didn't I just show you what verse 18 and verse 19 is talking about? She kind of looked like, oh shit, I don't know how to respond to that. Boop, boop, doo-doo. And I go, and so I don't see anywhere in that verse, in verse 18, talking about living or Jehovah giving a new light, a better understanding. She goes, wow, you must know a lot about the Bible. I smiled at her and I go, actually, I do. Actually, I'm not going to look it up to you. I was like, but if you look at Deuteronomy 18:20-22, it actually says that if anyone prophesies in the name of God, the name of Yahweh, the name of Jehovah, and it fails, it doesn't say anything about giving a new light, a better understanding. It actually says if anyone prophesies in the name of Jehovah or God and it fails, that it is not coming from Jehovah. It's not coming from God. And it actually says, put that person, the one you accusing of this, to death and have no fear. She smiled and says, well, I guess we have two different understandings. I'm looking like two different understandings. She's like, but I'm just gonna go sit back. Of course, I'm in a van. I'm not in a bus. I'm only got a 15-passenger bus. She goes, I'm just gonna sit down and maybe I'll take a nap. She completely disregarded I proved to her that your little scripture in Proverbs 4:18 is not what that is talking about. And I proved it to her. So I hope you enjoyed this little incident that happened on my van. Until next time.